Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 8th to the 14th of February 2021. There's a real breakthrough feeling this week with so many planets in Aquarius. We've got Sun, Mercury Retrograde, Jupiter, Venus, and the new moon, and Saturn, all in this visionary sign, the sign of breakthrough itself as we go from winter and we start to see the signs of spring. So very electric energy with the zigzags of Aquarius, showing us what we need to let go of in order to move forward light, free and sovereign. So freedom is very much a theme this week, with the new moon and the Mercury retrograde and a couple of other events that are happening, all in perfect timing. So this weekend, unity and freedom. New pathways open up where we can honour our individuality and that of others. So with Uranus in Taurus, for the next few years, this speaks of unconditional love, and with so much energy in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, really re-evaluating relationships which have been prisons, cages, needs and validations up until this point. As we break free, it's our relationship with our soul self and then allowing others to be free and letting go of some of the attachment there. By Monday we have Saturn square Uranus. So this is a breakthrough in as much as Saturn is the old ruler of Aquarius and Uranus is the new ruler of Aquarius. Saturn is structure, Uranus is unlimited freedom. I feel with the Mercury retrograde going on in the background, this whole week is about liberating our minds, rising up to our higher consciousness. So moving from Saturn to Uranus energy is really breaking free. So a phrase here that I love is worrying is like praying for something you don't want. As you know, I've got a whole series coming out this year, Transcending the Negative Mind. And I feel this month we've got a lot of stellar assistance to help us really be able to do that. So looking at the negative mind, looking at structures that are restricting, that are either within us or being forced upon us in belief systems, and then finding our individual deep knowing of truth. So on Monday, higher mind and freedom become the themes for the week. Breaking free from negative thoughts and beliefs, stepping up into our higher quantum consciousness and taking responsibility from our core, as Saturn square Uranus brings that necessary challenge. So by Tuesday I feel Mercury retrograde, that still quiet voice within us echoing through time. Listen and be guided by your intuition and your soul. Realise these times are like no others, as there's many blessings that await to be uncovered. On Wednesday we have Venus meeting with Jupiter, and it's also the dark moon in Aquarius. So powerful secrets revealed under the dark moon will show us where we've been prisoner to our own individual and collective thought constructs. Mercury retrograde shows us we have the power to change our mind, to change those. But with Venus meeting with Jupiter, I feel, in a very positive way, resistance is futile. Most of our difficulties in life are because we're resisting the flow. We're overriding it with our control mind. But once we return to our centre and our natural flow, there's a sense of rebirth and simple joy comes in with this beautiful meeting of Venus and Jupiter in Aquarius, which is all preparing us for the new moon in Aquarius. That's 23 degrees if you're following along in your own chart. Find out what house that's in, because that will give you some context there. It's a big part of working with the moon cycles, which I offer as one-to-one coaching, is where each moon falls for you, setting relevant intentions, really finding your own personal meaning to the lunations. So the new moon at 23 degrees Aquarius, with Mercury retrograde squaring Mars. So our frustration towards external influences and our resistance to going with the flow meet here for another breakthrough, to find our empowered inner sovereign being. When you're railing at the outside, take it in, find out what that's actually touching on the inside. As this new moon starts the Chinese lunar year, looking at the bigger cycle, then this era will be one of independent research and critical thinking, so we can stand on our own 2 feet We don't fall under the collective spell. And we begin afresh with heightened perspective and harness the unlimited potential of our soul fire. So the phrase I have here is, free your mind and the best will follow. By Friday, still on the theme of mental liberation, there are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what is not true, and the other is to refuse to believe what is true. So have that as your walking meditation. What am I believing? Is it true? Am I able to change? Where am I blocked? Where am I resisting? Where am I refusing? As we take up that clarion call to centre ourselves in eternal truth and free ourselves from a very limited and outdated system. All this, of course, working towards our sovereignty and reclaiming our power. Even more activity by the weekend as Jupiter meets with Mercury Retrograde. This is a turning point in the Mercury Retrograde, very, very big energy here. So Mercury turned retrograde on the 31st of January, turns direct on the 21st of February. So here on the weekend of the 13th, 14th, where Mercury Retrograde has been bringing in information to be reassessed, Jupiter brings in higher wisdom, before unknown. I feel this is going to be like a lightning blast, lighting up our heart spark with a sudden, simple blast of truth. Now stand strong and tall, as falsity and division, separation consciousness are blasted away. So although it feels like a bit of a mental week, really, breaking down all of those prisons of the mind, the core really is always going to be with the heart, with the centre, with the deep knowing, as all we're doing is letting go of false belief. You don't have to search for the truth, you already have it. It's just believing against it has been the problem. So a real workshop here in independence, deleting negative thought forms, aligning with eternal truth, and coming home to self. I am available one-to-one for readings, tuition, and like I say, you can have the Working with the Moon Cycles system if you like. It's a one-off lesson that will help you make your own personal lunar calendar for the years to come. So I really do recommend that. And learning astrology, because we've got all these planets in Aquarius. There could never be a better time, and I teach it in a really simple, natural and intuitive way. I also offer coaching, which is a series of sessions to help us really get deep into whatever's blocking you or causing you trouble, whatever you're ready to let go of. So please do contact me, zoe7@gmail.com. Check out my playlist Transcending the Negative Mind. I post daily on Facebook at AstroZoe, Instagram at zoe7, all my videos, YouTube, zoeastro, and you can always email me with any questions. So wishing you a revelationary week. Allow these changes, be flexible as new information comes in and old information disintegrates. Finding the wisdom of the heart, staying centered, and allowing the process to unfold. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.